Bring that joy.
In one word, describe the game's hangout.
Vibrant. Everyone's kind of getting along, playing games.
I would be underestimating if I gave it any less than a 10. Right? I've met some fantastic people here today, so it's a 10.
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, especially this drink from Quarter of Cards. Yes, the best drink ever, passion fruit.
I had a lot of fun, honestly. I feel I've been in touch with my inner child, which is something I should do more.
Such a different atmosphere altogether. I don't think I have ever been to such an event earlier.
What's your impression of Builders Tribe so far?
Builders Tribe just screams community. It's just for the people.
The way you've managed and organized this event, I'm really impressed because it's something that we haven't done before and we were lacking as a community.
It's a nice community. I love how you came up with the idea to network with a lot of people. Networking, chilling, hanging out, playing cards. I love it. Drinks, especially. I love my drinks.
Community. Coming together. I've met 60 people today, which is really good. And I'm going to take those meetings further. I'm going to just through games.
It is getting interesting, and I think after today's conversation that I had around the table, there's some interesting subject and plan and project coming up.
This tech community is different in terms of the way networking is being happening. There are these young minds behind it, so we get to learn a lot with these guys.
I've been looking for a community such as this for quite some time.
It's a lovely community actually and diverse. I love that I met some people who work with as mentors in the community, and it's also fun to see some university students joining, so there's a really diverse, let's say, background of people joining all in all.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's edition of Tech Forward Talks. I am your host, Ajiri Omafokpe, and I am very excited about today's topic. I'll tell you why later. All right, so Tech Forward Talks is brought to you by Builders Tribe. Builders Tribe is #1 community in the MENA region. You can visit builderstribe.xyz to learn more about us, and check out our socials at Builders Tribe HQ everywhere. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're live now, wherever you are, make sure you subscribe and share the link so other people can join you here and we can have an amazing time today. All right, so today's topic is Beyond Calories, How Smart Nutrition is Reversing Disease. And we are very, very lucky to have the amazing Senthuran Kan, who is the general manager of Diet Delights Qatar, here with us today to talk about this topic. So, yes.
Hello, Ajiri.
Hello, Mr. Senthuran.
Nice to have you.
Nice to have you too. All right, so I like to start this off asking one question or two. So the first time I saw your name, I was like, that's a very interesting name, your surname and your first name. And I always wanted to ask you what it meant. So please tell us, what does Senthuran mean or stand for?
Actually, Senthuran is a Hindu name. It's actually named after a god's name by my father. So that's how I got the name. Also, Kantasamy is my second name. It's also belongs to the same god, but I shorten it for simplicity. I call it Khan, so it's Senthuran Kan.
Okay, that's amazing. See, I knew there had to be a really good story behind the name. Thumbs up to your father. It's very, very memorable name. All right. So I want to ask you one question, and then after that, I would like for you to introduce yourself. But before we move into that question, we have a ritual that we also do here on Tech Forward Talks, and that's asking people in the comments where they are tuning in from. So so please tell us if you're live right now, tell us where are you right now? Where are you joining us live from? All right. So while everyone is getting their answers into the comments, so Mr. Senthuran, please tell us what's the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
So the most adventurous thing that I've done is my entrepreneurship journey. I have created a number of companies, brands that evolve around nutrition, wellness, and health. Always starting a new company is challenging. It's a painful process, but it's equally rewarding. For me, that is my most challenging adventure I have taken in my life. Other than that, I love traveling. I've been to quite a number of countries. I learn culture. I learn, people. I learn new things, and I would like to bring it to my life and work. So those are the two adventures that I would like to say at this point of time.
All right. That's amazing. So do we have people in the comments now telling us where they're from? Oh, okay. Obina is in Barcelona. Interesting demographic. So yes, he's like, of course, we're all excited to be here. Right. So Mr. Centurion, tell us about Diet Delights Qatar. What you're doing around nutrition before we get into the meat of the matter today.
Okay. So Diet Delights was formed 12 years ago. We have served over 50,000 clients. We are not just a meal prep company. We are a meal prep company with a mission to help people to achieve health goals. So basically, we work with clients who want to reverse diabetes or achieve weight loss or any other metabolic conditions that can be treated with nutritional intervention. We have touched almost about 50,000 people's or lives in Qatar. That's something amazing. That keeps us going every day. That keeps us building the brand more day by day.
All right, that's a lot of people, and I think what Diet Delights is doing is really amazing. So that brings us to we have lots and lots of people from many different places. Let's cue it up. We have Nishola Yaps from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you for joining us. Portugal. Welcome, Sam. All right. Australia. Okay, we have two people from Portugal. All right, so now let's move into the meat and the topic of the day. So yes, I promised earlier I was going to tell us why I'm so excited about this topic, how smart nutrition is reversing disease beyond calories. All right, so personally, I have a BSc in human physiology, and I've always been interested in the human body, how it works, nutrition, and everything around that. So I'm really excited to hear all the things that he has to say. I'm going to be taking notes. I have my pen. I'm here to learn, and I hope that everyone else will participate and take notes too, so that we can all learn together. All right. So over to you, Mr. Senthuran. Would you like to give us a little intro into what you'll be talking about today before I start to ask the questions?
Okay, sure. So what we're doing differently in our center is basically we are integrating technology along with AI, especially smart gadgets, which can feed live data about lifestyle factors, which is very important. One of the elements in nutrition. Nutrition is not only about eating healthy; it's also encompass sleep, stress, your lifestyle, your activity level. All is part of the whole holistic nutritional plan, right? So we are incorporating this live data. By incorporating this, we will be in a position to optimize your meal that can support your lifestyle in real time and give you results in a better manner. So you're going to get results much faster, much quicker. There is less trial and error process. And also this can also help you to achieve reverse diseases, for example, metabolic conditions, which can be helped to overcome by adjusting your meals on real-time basis. So that's what we are trying to talk today. And we are going to talk how we are going to achieve this.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. So let's start with our first question. Without giving medical advice, when you say reverse early disease markers, what does that mean with Diet Delights, and how do you measure progress?
Okay. So when we say reverse disease markers at Diet Delights, we help clients to some of the early markers, like risk markers such as HbA1c or even your lipid profile, eating habits. Before they become serious, we, through our clinical approach, we combine with our personalized meal plan along with the nutritional support and advice through our dietitians. We help our clients to reverse these conditions or improve these conditions in a tangible manner that can give you improvement in your body composition, or either your weight or other blood markers, right? So rather than just giving advice or giving meals, we go beyond that and create an ecosystem that can support your lifestyle by personalizing the nutrition part. At the same time, we help you to reverse those health markers, bringing them back to healthier range.
All right. Thank you for sharing. So I want to ask one question, a follow-up question to that one, and that is, can you share with us like a particular moment or like a particular client that is very memorable for you where you were able to reverse their markers? Yeah. So just
I can share many examples like that, but I can give you a very recent one which I can recall. There was this lady who came to us I think back in April. She was suffering from insulin resistance. She was obviously overweight, and she had very little confidence that she's going to achieve results with us. So she joined our program. After a month, she said, "I'm going to quit." So we managed to convince her to stay for another one more month additionally. And the magic happened. She started seeing results. She started losing weight. Her blood sugar was under control. When she joined, her HbA1c was between 11.5. It was brought down to 6.5 in 2 months' time with our intervention. And for the first time, she said she was able to play with her kids, and it was very emotional. For Diet Delights, cases like this are not rare. There are plenty of cases. For the past 12 years, we have served over approximately 50,000 clients, right? If you ask them, they will say, it's not only the food, it's all about the care that we give, the advice, how we tackle these conditions, how we help them to reverse these conditions. That's the difference that we make, as a Diet Delights in this market.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing. That sounds really amazing. Being able to play with her kids, and that's a great reduction that happened there from, I think, 11.5 to 6. I'm not sure the exact numbers.
11.5 to 6.5. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. That's really amazing. So that brings us to the next question. So for those of us that are busy professionals and we're always sitting on our chairs, what would you say are 2 lifestyle habits that you've seen that consistently lift energy and focus in the first month?
I think from my perspective, I would say the first thing would be having a macro balanced meal. So that means you eat very balanced meals in a way that you don't have energy crashes after taking a meal at work. So sometimes people complain, after having a lunch, they feel, lazy or sleeping, So if you are eating a very balanced meal, you can avoid that. Your productivity levels can go up. Second thing I would very much encourage is movement, especially after eating. A bit of a walking for 10 minutes at least can really play a lot of, impact in your body. It can help digestion. It can prevent sugar spikes. In the long run, it can improve your quality of life, So those are the two important factors that I would, recommend.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing. One thing I do try, on the first part, I would say I'm doing my best, but I don't think I've ever really considered like walking after meals. So yeah, that's definitely one thing I'm taking away.
At least move your legs. Just move your hands, move your legs just for like few minutes.
Okay. That's really great advice. Thank you so much for sharing. And so before we proceed, I would like to tell our audience that are live to start preparing their questions. So if you have any questions at any point, you can put them in the comments. And at the end, when we have our Q&A, we're going to take maybe not all, or we'll take as many questions as we can today. All right, so the next question is, so we know that Diet Delights is based out of Qatar. So how do you design for adherence across different MENA cuisines, budgets, and work routines so people actually stick with the plan? Considering, Qatar is a melting pot of different people from different places, and it's really diverse here.
Mm-hmm. So we have, we understand that Qatar is, we have more than 100 nationalities. So we are actually serving more than 100 nationalities in our company. It's very important that the food that we serve should be familiar to them. It's very important. Otherwise, you won't be able to stay on the line for a long time. So in order to make sure that we have made our cuisine very diverse, that includes cuisines from the region, cuisine from the Levant region, as well as Mediterranean dishes, equally Western dishes and Asian dishes. So anybody wants to join our meal program, they will not feel, they have to give up their taste buds to eat healthy, So that's one thing. Second, we keep our menu very interesting by adding new dishes on a monthly basis. We also understand different profiles of individuals have different needs. So for example, somebody who's very busy, we provide maybe executive lunch or executive lunch and dinner packages. Somebody who's working out, we might provide maybe a 5-meal program or athletic program so that, it will cater for his needs. So we give a comprehensive solution for the clients, and it's not making health, it's about making eating healthy, simple, sustainable, and affordable. That's what we want to, provide to our clients.
Right. Thank you very, very much for sharing. That makes a lot of sense. I'm glad that as a born and raised Nigerian, I would still have foods and things that actually fit my taste buds. So that's a great initiative from Diet Delights. All right. So the next question is around calorie counting. All right. So what problem did you see with calorie counting, and what was the aha moment that pushed Diet Delights towards smart nutrition?
Mm-hmm. So two individuals eating same type of meal can react to the meal in different way because their metabolic state is different, right? So this is the first thing that we have decided to do because we cannot treat two individuals in the same manner. So we have to go beyond calories and we have to start individualizing or personalize the meals in order to support their lifestyle factor, right? Now, the second part, when a client join our meal program, we take them through a very deep dive and understand their lifestyle factors, existing medical conditions, their blood reports, to understand and before we personalize the meal. And there is always an element of doubt or guesswork involved with regard to their lifestyle because nutrition is not all about like just food. It includes your mood, your sleep, your rest, stress. Many factors comes into play, right? And when we connected CGMs for our clients, we solved the puzzle. We were able to see clients' reaction to meals instantly, and we were able to adjust, or we were able to change the meal program depending on the sugar spikes that we are getting from the CGM reading, that is continuous glucose meter. We were able to personalize the meals in a much better way, and we were able to tell the clients, look, certain type of meals is not working for you guys, so we have to change the program, or we have to change the meals, or we were able to empower the clients to make better choices in real time. So this is, for us, is the biggest breakthrough, and I think we have used CGMs to help clients to achieve better results, and that can match their lifestyle, in real-time data.
All right, thank you so much for sharing that. So I do have a follow-up question. The first one is, what does CGM mean?
CGM is actually used, it basically helps you to track your blood glucose level. It's like a live reading. So instead of like pricking and taking a blood test, it's like a patch that you wear, which is connected to your mobile phone, that can give you real-time sugar readings, blood sugar readings.
All right, that's great. So still back on the CGM story, I think we can, go into storytelling mode again. So tell us a story about, how maybe it's a client that, was actually quite surprised about how the CGM input was able to create a daily plan for them and switch things up as they went along.
So we have tried them on many clients. I can tell you many stories how CGMs have helped clients to achieve quicker results in terms of managing either diabetes or even weight management. So basically, from the CGMs, it can be remotely monitored by our dietitians. This will help the dietitians to understand the sugar patterns of the clients based on the meals that we are providing. The good thing is about we can see instant results. Based on the results, we can adjust the meals, and sometimes we can even adjust the meals to, for example, a client who's eating a balanced meal, if he is having too many spikes, we can optimize the meals to go for a low carb meal. And this is instantly we can do it. So the client will start receiving a low carb meal, and we can see the results instantly. You can see his blood sugar results will be very normalized after a meal, and he will have a very balanced or average sugar, which is in a very ideal state. So we recommend that every meal should not spike more than 30 to 40 milligram, but it depends on individual body metabolic state. But that's what we recommend from a clinical point of view, and we try to stick to that limit. It's actually something that helps you to achieve results. It's like a dashboard in front of you. You can see how the food is reacting whenever you eat a food, and based on that you can take smart choices. You can change your habits. You can change your lifestyle, and it's a very good tool to adapt. To get get better health benefits.
All right, thank you so much for sharing. So for our audience, I would like to remind everyone to make sure that you start adding in your questions into the comments. So as soon as we're done with the questions that I have written down for Mr. Senthuran, it will be time for Q&A and to help us move faster and roll easier. Hello, Ayomide from Doha. It's nice to have you here on the live. All right, so we're a tech community. So of course, we have to ask you a question that has tech and AI somewhere in there. And so our next question is, how do tech and AI, including wearables or glucose tracking, create timely nudges that lead to measurable improvements?
Okay. So at the heart of our system, we have trained our AI model to respond to certain trigger points coming from the wearable data. So, for example, if your CGM is giving a regular spike after meal, it's going to give an alert. For example, if you're sitting on a office seat for a longer period, it's going to give an alert. For example, if you're eating a heavy meal and your sugar is spiking, it's going to give an alert. So these are logics that we have built into the system that can help the clients to get timely nudges, or we can call it habit coaching. Over a period of time, those small habits like drink water, take a walk after a meal, or stand up and walk if you're sitting for a long time. These small habits can add up and give a long-term health benefit. Small improvements compounded in the long term can help you to achieve better health goals and better quality of life, in my opinion. So this is what we are trying to achieve with our AI and with wearables by connecting the wearables.
All right, thank you so much for giving and sharing that perspective. So I want to, go a little bit into the water side of things. Personally struggle a little bit with drinking water, and there are a couple of medical people that champion the drink water thing. But how much water is really too much water? Is there such a thing as too much water? Because sometimes, when I have the big jug and I'm trying to drink all of it, but then I'm getting up to pee every 20 minutes, and I'm like, am I drinking too much water? Should I, I usually cannot figure out how it should work. And so, yeah, I would like some enlightenment around water and how much water to drink,
So
especially.
usually our recommendation is between 2 liters to 3 liters on average. If you keep on drinking more water, I think probably you're going to lose some minerals as well. So it's always advisable 2 to 3. It could be a decent amount of water intake for a day. But it depending on your lifestyle. If you're working out, I think probably you can go up to 4 liters.
All right, thanks for that perspective. So another question, still on water. So yeah, 2 to 3 liters, but at what intervals? So are there like things to consider, like water before meals, water after meals, water when you wake up?
Always water before meals is recommended. If you're drinking water after meals, you should give a rest, let's say interval of 30 minutes or maybe 20 minutes would be ideal.
Okay. Okay. I've taken down so many notes now. So water after meals, walk or move your body after your meals. Wow, interesting. So 3 liters. If you're drinking too much, you would know because your body will tell you. So thank you very much for all of this that you have shared today. Still, quick reminder to our audience, let's have your questions rolling in now because we'll be starting Q&A in 5 to 10 minutes. All right. So our next question would be around what metrics matter most to your customers and what's next on your AI roadmap?
Mm-hmm. So people who comes to us mainly have concerns on their health markers. That's one thing. Second is productivity and focus. So as I said before, it's very important that you take a macro balanced meal so that you don't feel lazy after the meals. That's very important. And also making sure that all the early risk markers are in the healthy range so that you can prevent any diseases that can cause through metabolic diseases. With regard to the AI, we are trying to incorporate genetic testing, which is kind of learning on a macro cell level. This will give you more understanding about your body, we will be able to hyper customize the nutrition in a way that which can help you to prevent diseases coming maybe 10, 20, 30 years from now onwards. And we can also customize meals based on your body conditions. So this is that what we are working right now. And we want to make sure that all habit coaching or nudges that we provide through the system is personalized to your body, to your lifestyle factors, so that it's not general suggestion. So it's going to be very personalized to your needs, to your nutritional scope, so that you can achieve results much faster. Overall, we want to be making sure our AI can give fair recommendation across all age groups, and gender and all backgrounds. So that's what we are, currently working to achieve in the next few months to get our system going live.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing that. That looks like an amazing roadmap with your customers at the heart of it. And so I want to ask one question around community. So I've had different health journeys through my life, and I know that I think it was in 2016 or 2017, I met someone that was a health coach, and I was part of a health community. And that really helped me stay on track, because I saw like people also sharing their stories, their wins, things that they did, what worked, what didn't work. And so do you currently have any way to encourage community with the people that use Diet Delights currently? And if no, what are the plans to help Diet Delights customers integrate better with a community of other people like them that are also trying to improve their health?
So I have two parts for this answer to this question. First, from a clinical approach, we work with corporates for their employees, building a program that can help them to achieve health goals. So when we run these programs, we create a local community, we create a kind of a goal, and each group is given a kind of a goal to achieve from a health perspective. For example, it could be average sugar for a diabetic group, or for example, bringing down the HbA1c by a certain percentage, or reducing the weight, let's say biggest weight loss loser, So those kind of programs are currently undertaken by us. We run a number of programs across Qatar with several companies in Qatar. In terms of digital aspect, we have actually thought about it. We have created a community. We are building a community inside the system where a member can join with a specific board. That means like we create the game inside the system where they can create, let's say I'm creating a competition, let's say who makes the highest steps for this week. Okay, so they can join the board, and whoever wins or the highest scorer will get rewarded. Those rewards can be redeemed against our services. So it's kind of motivation. So you're not alone on the journey. You always have somebody to support. You have somebody to look up for. So it's always fun. We have gamified the whole experience in our app. People don't just, for the sake of, eating healthy, they eat. They are not alone, so they can share the experience with fellow members. Also, they can achieve rewards for that. So that's what we make the community part in two ways. So that's how we are planning to go forward on that.
All right, that's a very great perspective to share, and I think it's really because I'm a very competitive person. So when I see things like that, I'll definitely engage, and I love the fact that it's a gamified experience. Games have a way. That's why we use it a lot at Builder Strive. It has a way to bring people together and help them bond. All right, so this is our final call to everyone in the comments and everyone that is live. If you have questions, please put it out. All right, so we have Michael Deep say, I struggle with food measurements, how can I improve, and what should I focus on measuring more?
So, Michael, I would say the easiest way right now is using technology. You can use a food snapping tool, which will help you to quickly analyze the meal in terms of macros, in terms of calories, and you will be able to record it, and you can able to see it on a weekly basis how you have consumed food and how much calories you have consumed, and as well as the macro breakdown. So I would recommend you to use a tool rather than calculating it manually. That's very time consuming. You can also use ChatGPT. You can take a picture of it and create a diary or a project that can help you to keep track of your on a weekly basis meals. Take a snap of it and put a prompt to analyze the meals in terms of calories and macros and record it. It will keep recording, and end of the week you can see the results for yourself by giving asking the ChatGPT or your whatever the LLM you're using to give it a summary. So that's most easiest way. But there are many tools that do food snapping. You can use one of them as well if you want to use them.
All right, thank you for sharing. I'd never actually thought about using ChatGPT before now for this. So this is, I would say, very insightful. And like I said, I've taken down so many notes today, and I love how they're like.
You'll be impressed.
Yes, I'm very impressed. I love how you're answering the questions. Simple, straight to the point, easily digestible, and I'm very excited that I get to host this today. I would say this was made for me, and I look forward to all the things that I'm going to do with it. So I have one question for you. And this is, we've talked about many different things across many different ways people can be healthy. But what's the one thing you would say you have not touched exactly? Because I haven't really asked you that question, but you think it's really important for people to hear today on this live and when they watch the replay?
So the important aspect is take care of your health. You don't have to take any drastic measurements. Small improvements over a time, it can build up and help you to achieve your health goals. Try to incorporate a device, maybe wearables, which can show you how your lifestyle is affecting, or in terms of sleep, or in terms of nutrition, or in terms of your stress levels, which can help you to achieve much better results along with your nutrition. So overall, by combining both, you'll be able to see much faster results. This is my personal recommendation. You don't have to do anything radical, just step by step, slow change, and try and see which one is good, and try to avoid processed food as much as you can. Avoid sugary starches, eat more whole food. So these are simple advices that I can give it to you today.
All right, thank you so much for all of that. We have another question from the audience. What can I do to help me eat more for someone who barely eats, especially when I'm working?
So it's everybody's common problem. When you're busy, we are not able to eat a meal properly. I would rather recommend to eat something very protein based. So try to have some maybe protein based meal that can be consumed faster. Maybe some meat cubes, perhaps, or a protein bar or a protein shake. This will give you the energy that is needed to achieve your daily goals in terms of nutrition. As well as at the same time, when you eat protein, you feel more filling, so you don't feel very hungry all the time. So you can go on for a long working hours. So that's my recommendation for you.
Thank you so much. I believe Cynthia would absolutely take that into consideration, and I will too. Protein snacks. Okay, Michael says, my mom lives in Saudi. How can Diet Delights serve her?
So, so there are clients in the region, clients in the Europe. They are all getting service from our dietitians. So we still offer our clients services through remotely, through video calls, and through our app, where we give nutritional consultation as well as advisors. We also give meal programs to our clients. So we don't physically send meals, but we give a meal program so that you can follow that. Always, you are welcome to come back and get recommendations and get a follow-up every 2 weeks. So we are open to any consultations remotely, and we have clients who have got really benefit from our services through the remote access and remote consultation processes.
All right, I'm really glad that these options are available, because I can think of lots of people in my life currently in tech that definitely need remote consultations. All right, we have a couple more questions over here. Is how does local food culture shape your beyond calories approach?
As I said, our menu is very diverse. So we cater for all the most of the nationalities. So we think about when we create a meal program, we want to make sure that is interesting for all our customers. So we look at menus from the region. We are looking at menus from the locally, like Qatari dishes. We also incorporate dishes from international cuisines, Eastern, Asian, Indian, Western dishes, so that you don't feel like the food is kind of alien for you, right? So when you're eating the food, you most of this food is familiar. You have choices every day. You have 14 to 15 choices to choose from in terms of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you don't feel bored, and you have plenty of choices to make on a daily basis.
All right, thank you so much for sharing. I think we have one or two more questions that we're going to take before we wrap up today. So our next question is, how can one come up with portion control that's quite balanced and effective, especially when carbohydrates are the most accessible class of food?
So you need to have a conscious decision on this, what you're eating. So basically, the rule of thumb says your 50% of your plate should be carb. Again, 30 to 35% should be protein, and the rest should be vegetable. So so we have to make sure that that balance is maintained. If you want to know the portion controls and sizes, there are plenty of videos available in the YouTube. You can look at it. Like, for example, a cup of rice, how gives you X amount of calories. You can look at it, and probably you can, when you practice it, when you're eating that, or a slice of bread. These are things that you can search online and get acquainted with the portion sizes. So always use a plate. Try to build your plate in a way that it has a balanced meal that comprise carbs, protein, and fats, healthy fats.
All right, thank you so much for answering all of these questions from guests that are watching us live and from us. We hope that this has been an amazing session for you. So we're wrapping up around here. So if you have any last words for us, you can share now. But before you do that, I would like to encourage everyone in the audience, or if you're watching the replay, connect with Senthuran on LinkedIn. So you can find him at Senthuran Kan. You can check for dietdelights.com.qa, which is also search for them. They're on Instagram, they're on, I think, LinkedIn, Twitter, everywhere. Just search for Diet Delights Qatar on all your socials and find them and book your remote consultation, because they clearly know exactly what they're doing. All right, so Mr. Senthuran, any final words before we wrap up today?
So my personal suggestion or recommendation would be is very powerful but very simple. I always look the key to your health is in the plate, right? So we always follow that principle wherever we go, whatever we do. So whatever we eat, we become what we eat, right? So that's very important philosophy that I follow personally. I make sure that I always eat very balanced meal. I try to eat based on my lifestyle. So, for example, if I'm working out, my intake is increased. If I'm not working out, I'm on a holiday, I decrease my food intake, to balance my lifestyle and my goals. So, by consciously taking this decision, it can improve your quality of your life. You can reduce or reverse your medical conditions or diabetic conditions, and to live a very happy life. So that's my personal recommendation and advice for everybody.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Senthuran. I would list a couple of things that really stuck with me today. First off, you said you are what you eat. Don't drink water after your meals. Make sure you eat your meals according to how active you're going to be that day. So if you're working out, eat a little more. Drink water, 2 to 3 liters, maybe 4 if you're working out and you sweat a lot. Take walks, exercise. But the bottom line is make sure that you are dedicated to living a healthy life. So thank you very much, Mr. Senthuran. This brings us
so
to
much,
the end.
Ajiri, for having me.
Yeah, welcome. And yeah, so don't forget, follow Builders Tribe everywhere on all our socials. And if you still haven't, hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up so you can find more of our videos later. We do this every month, Tech Forward Talks, where we talk about tech and everything in between and how we can be better tech professionals, startup founders, investors, and yeah, let's win together. All right, so I'll see you next time at the next edition of Tech Forward Talks. Bye for now.
Bring that joy.